Welcome to another exciting episode of Insurance Questions Podcast. The last one of the year, Don. Number 182. Holy cow.
Can you believe that?
No,
And it's the last one of the year, too. Wow.
I really can't. And since we're recording this and we're not streaming it, it's nice because I don't have to do all my little extras. I can do that after the fact,
That's true.
But all the comments and statements by Eddie Buffalo and Donnie Lowe are purely for entertainment purposes.
Yes. So wherever you go to view or listen to the podcast, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. But subscribing is very important for us. So thank you for doing that. Go to our YouTube channel and Insurance Questions Podcast. We're on 43 different podcast depositories. That's the lingo they use. So
we didn't even know what a depository was until we found out. So
yeah, exactly.
What are you gonna do?
We had to check the spelling on that and make sure it wasn't suppositories.
No yes.
So go, we're on 43 different podcast depositories. Again, please like, subscribe is important. And if you're listening to us, you should be able to hit a fan mail button, and that will send an email directly to Eddie. So let us know what topics you want discussed in a future episode. Any questions that you do have, and if we happen to air your question and you're the top question of the day, you will receive a beautiful EBI agency mug.
Yes. Yeah.
And TikTokers, we know that Eddie, he's really embraced this technology.
I don't know, Don. Your numbers keep on going up. You're at 1871 on your reel from last night.
Wow, that took another jump.
Do you have like groupies? Do you have like hangers on?
Oh yeah, sure. I do. But anyway, TikTokers communicate with Eddie that way.
So did I screw up like your title? Was it supposed to be the Donnie Lowe instead of just Donnie Lowe?
Either one is fine.
It's funny, our new technology of making reels. The boxing show we did this morning, I have the reels ready to go, and I just have to go through them.
That's so quick. That's
amazing.
But one last thing I wanted to mention is just to our viewers and listeners, just know that we really do appreciate you taking time out of your day to either watch or just listen to the podcast. And hopefully, we're here to entertain, enlighten, and just have a good time. So thank you.
So what, you going out tomorrow? You're going to get hammered?
No.
I can't actually hammered.
Let's not talk about what happened in the past. So
sounds like your buddy Donnie Lowe's got some a checkered past there.
I wouldn't.
I'm
Chess.
a good Catholic boy.
I prefer chess. No, I'm doing something. This is something that we do, and this is why we're taping on Monday instead of live on Tuesday. Every year, I play tennis, and we do this New Year's Eve morning tennis.
You gave up pickleball, then?
I haven't really played pickleball.
Are you sure?
I'll get back to that. But so we get, a bunch of the guys that I play with, we get together, we play indoors during the winter, of course. And so we're going to play 2 hours of tennis. And then everybody's bringing in some breakfast, whatever, snacks, desserts, beverages, or whatever. And then we'll just get together, right after we play tennis, sit in the clubhouse and just kind of talk. And that it's a great group of guys that I play with. I'm so blessed to have that camaraderie. It's so much fun. But the tennis courts that we play at, we have 8 tennis courts that are indoors. And from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we've got all 8 courts filled. So that's 32 of us playing tennis.
That's cool, Don.
It's gonna be a riot. So, real quick, because you keep saying pickleball. A couple of days ago, I was flipping through the channels, and there was a paddleball tournament. Did you ever see paddleball?
No, what's the difference?
So it's a shortened, well, it's probably the size of a pickleball court, except it's enclosed with plexiglass, I mean, walls.
Fiberglass. That's a
It's
whole
fiberglass.
different thing, isn't
It's a
it,
whole
Don?
different thing. Plexiglass walls, and the paddle's a little bit, it's thick paddle, it's a paddle, and kind of a rubbery type ball, rubber ball type thing. And you basically, I saw doubles being played. So it's similar to tennis, but you can allow the ball to bounce off the wall, and then you can hit it before it hits the ground again. It can only hit the ground once. So say it hits the ground, hits the back wall, and comes out, and you can still hit it, play it. It's pretty interesting. So no pickleball. I played paddleball once, and this was 15 years ago, maybe. But it looks like a lot of fun anyway. We got to get you out there playing pickleball. You and Ike.
Actually, Don, I actually bought pickleball paddles and that, and I used to mess around with my daughters in the driveway. They look like the perfect size for it. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I wanted to make this bigger, Don, but
it's so tiny.
I know,
it's like
right?
Happy New Year. Instead of Happy New Year, it's Happy New Year.
Gotta make it bigger, I wonder if I can do that with my finger here. No, so that's all you're getting. Happy New Year. Quietly.
I know. So what did you have going on over the weekend and to prepare for the New Year's Eve? Anything?
Not a whole heck of a lot, to be honest with you. No, because I just winding down for the year. It's been such a crazy year for us. You know what I mean?
I know.
And I would love to, have an even better 2025.
Well, we're planning on it. We're planning for it and making the plans, and it's going to be another great year. I have to tell you something. I mentioned to you, I went to the Buffalo Sabres against Chicago Blackhawks game Friday night. And they had all these, it was like, it was a sellout crowd. And those that follow us probably heard us talk about the Sabres. They haven't been doing too well, but they're on a 3-game winning streak now. So that's fantastic.
Stanley Cup's coming.
Watch out. But so they did a great job.
Is that better?
Oh, that's much nicer. Look at it. I love it. Happy New Year. And it was kind of like kids' night at the arena where the Sabres play. I always said HSBC Arena, KeyBank Center. And so they had, like face painting, tattoos for the kids.
At least you're not saying the odd.
I know. They had a like a cookie trail. You pick up this thing at guest services, and it tells you go to aisle 4 in the in the corridor, and you get a cookie. So they had 3 different cookies. But this one other thing that they had, which was intriguing to me, was they had these. It was at the Labatt's Blue Station on the 100 level, the first level of the arena, and there were these hockey sticks with the stick part of it, not the blade, but the stick part was clear plastic. And maybe I can show you one. And they were filling them up with beer.
Oh, that's cool.
So you see these mainly guys walking around drinking like out of this hockey stick. And so I thought, I got to get one of these, just for the nostalgic sake of it. So I went down, in between the first and second period. I was in line for probably at least 30 minutes to 30, somewhere 35 minutes for this. And I was going to bail. And so I said, I'm in it this long. I may as well just stay here, So I get up there and I really don't drink too much, especially, out and that. And I'm with
just
my wife.
Enough, right, Don?
Well, no, I mean, I was with my wife and daughter. So I said, can I get 2 of the sticks? Can I get one empty? And the other one, can you just kind of fill it up maybe halfway instead of full? So they did that for me. Charged me the full price, obviously. But and I ended up, out of the half stick of beer that I had in there, I ended up dumping half of that out too. So, but anyway, it was fun.
I gotta ask you, Don, did you ever do first night Buffalo with your daughters?
No, that's
So
one thing.
basically, it's a big festival in downtown Buffalo. The convention center is open because they end up dropping the ball from the electric tower. Are they still going to do that this year?
Yeah, they are. They are.
So what I'm doing right now, I'm looking for years. My daughter Katie's picture was on there as an advertisement for First Night Buffalo.
I didn't know that.
Oh, forever. Like she was so tiny, back then. Like she was a little kid,
How did that
I'm
happen?
I'm just looking right now through it to see if I can find if it's still on there anywhere. Because I did go to their website and I didn't see anything, but it was always fun because I know I would always do the party box that they had from Wegmans,
Oh yeah.
which I thought was pretty cool.
That is.
And it was nice. It was all families. What is the weather going to be like for you guys?
They're calling for rain, but they said it should stop later in the night, in the evening.
Mhm.
So maybe a chance of mixed snow, rain, I think, but they're saying it should be dry for the ball drop. And they do the fireworks. Strictly Hip is playing.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is a local Tragically Hip cover band, and they're
fantastic. A lot of people like down here in Texas do not know who the Tragically Hip are, Don.
I mean, they're huge, but a Canadian band, and that's probably why in Buffalo Tragically Hip is huge, and that's probably a story for another show.
Yeah, we should do that on one of your other shows, your Potluck Thursdays. Especially, I remember when the last live show Gordon Downey did, they broadcasted everywhere.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it at I can't think of the name of it. What's the big place downtown with the Ferris wheel now?
Oh, I was going to say Riverside, Riverwalk, right?
Right. So I thought that was kind of interesting,
Oh yeah. That's a cool place, by the way.
So let me ask you, Don, is this going to actually be our 51st state, Don?
If I were a betting person, which I typically don't bet, I would say no. I think it's just a lot of
Trump, a lot of rhetoric.
Trump likes to throw things out there, and he'll see what sticks. But this is Trump's way of negotiating, But
just like he wants to do a soft invasion of Mexico.
Yeah, really.
Wow, really.
But what's funny is, Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, he's kind of liking this idea, and he said he'll go to
I didn't realize he was a Canadian.
Yeah, he is, and he said I'll go to Mar-a-Lago and I'll sit down with Trump and we'll talk about let's see what we can do to at least make it a little bit better. And you remember this is pre 9/11, and probably as a kid you used to go to Canada, right?
All the time, even as an adult, we would get my cheap booze there when I was drinking, baby.
Was it easy or difficult to cross the border with Canada?
Easy, very easy. Every once in a while, it helped if you knew a couple people, let me tell you. But my favorite story, and I don't know if I told this story on air before, so if I did, I'm sorry. I'm old and Polish, and I tell the same stories. But my father, he didn't get married till he was later in life. I mean, there was a huge age gap between my mom and dad.
Oh, I didn't know.
And he always told the story because he when he was 18 years old, he got out of high school and it was like, where are you on to work? Bethlehem Steel or the Ford plant? Or maybe both. Some guys do that.
Yeah.
So he picked the Ford plant and he retired at a very young man. He did his 38 years and out. So he would always tell the story about before he was married, him and a bunch of guys, because he was single. He always had money, so he always had a nice new Ford, and a bunch of him and his buddies went over to Fort Erie to drink, and they said, "Citizenship, United States. You have anything to declare?" And one chucklehead in the back seat said, "War." But what do you think happened, Don? Over there. My father said they ripped apart every part of his car.
Yeah.
And when they didn't find anything, guess what they said? Okay, you guys are free to go. And all the parts were laying all over the place.
Yeah.
So
You
don't
can't
be a
mess
wise
around.
guy when you're going across.
No, exactly. But it
What-
used to be
what-
so easy. It was, you didn't even have to show ID.
No, well, it was funny. It's different when you're traveling with children
Yeah.
because they looked at my kids straight in the face and said, "Who are these people you're with?" And
Yeah.
thank God they're not wise guys like I am.
Oh
Well,
my God, I
a
know.
little bit.
What if
But
they
the-
would said, I don't know.
But the one thing that we were kidding about a lot of times is for the longest time, because it just caught me. It's so funny. Like we go, "Do you have any arms you're bringing in? Are you bringing any weapons?" Pepper spray, pepper spray, pepper spray, pepper spray, pepper spray to all of us. And I'm like, well, this is kind of interesting. No, I don't have any. Why? Do you have some?
Why do you want
But I
to
mean,
sell
there's
some?
so many like little minute things that people aren't thinking about if something like this actually were to happen. They have universal health care over there.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with that?
Yeah.
You have a lot of French Canadians over there that speak French as their first language. How are you going to deal with that?
Yeah.
And there's so many different things. Like I love, like there's an analgesic called Voltaren gel. Stuff's fantastic. It doesn't stink. It's really good. But if
Mhm.
you go to Canada, you can get the purple kind. And oh, baby, that's like magic.
Oh yeah.
Can't get that over here unless it's a prescription. Or I remember my aunts would always get those 222s. Do you remember those, Don?
I remember hearing about them. I know they were very.
They were like a Tylenol with codeine over the counter.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. But I guess marijuana for everybody. The last time I was in Niagara Falls, I was taken aback about how many pot shops there were on the Canadian side.
See, I haven't been there since probably before COVID. So
You really should go if you haven't been there because you forget how nice the view is from the Canadian side.
yeah.
Do you know why it is so nice, Don?
Why is that?
You're looking at America, baby.
I love it.
USA, USA.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. But just think, it would be easier to go get Swiss Chalet, Don.
I know.
Come on, I know you miss Swiss Chalet.
Yeah, we didn't go there that often. I mean, we didn't go out. As a kid, we didn't go out to dinner. It was a very special treat for us to go out to dinner.
I mean, if you go to Canadian Tires up there, and I'm sure different stores too. I'm not promoting Canadian Tires. That was just where we went. And they have the dry packets of Swiss Chalet sauce, and you can make your own Swiss Chalet sauce.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. Yeah,
Cool.
that was neat. But I've never had trouble in Canada, but it's just such an amazing thing to see that you go to the Canadian side. It's very tourist driven, and you see nothing but families, people from all over the world. You go to the American side, nothing.
Yeah.
There's been and this is just what I've heard. I'm not saying it's true, but there was a lot of graft in Niagara Falls for many years, and it looks like it's still going on because the only thing they got going over there is the Seneca Niagara Casino.
Yeah.
People aren't going elsewhere. And unfortunately, I do you remember taking your kids to the aquarium of Niagara Falls?
We in Niagara Falls, USA.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I've only been there like once.
I mean, it's so small, you can do it in like an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, geez, you go to Grapevine here, which is just outside of Dallas, and they have a mall with a bigger aquarium than there. And I'm not even exaggerating. You know,
Yeah.
it's too bad. And I'm not going to say who because she talked a lot of trash about it. But she went with a friend of hers when they visited Niagara Falls before she knew me, and she got to the door and she's like, "No." Mm-mm. She said the stink was so bad that she wasn't about to go in there at
Oh,
all.
man.
So it's sad to hear that. I remember going on, like, I would be a chaperone. I'm a chaperone. Figure that one out.
Oh boy.
For like the kids' trips up there, a couple times. Why do I always get stuck with like the dud kid, like he's picking his nose in the corner, and, hey pal, how you doing? It's like, yeah, your parents must be a ball of fun too.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
It's true. So glad that we're having a finance show today, Don.
Yeah, I know.
We've talked so much about it. So when we go to Canada, should we just start taking over already?
Yeah, really. I've got a lot of Canadian friends, and maybe people that don't live in Western New York don't realize this, but a lot of Americans own either houses or cottages or summer homes in
Especially
Canada.
Crystal Beach, Ontario.
Yeah, Crystal Beach. They call Lake Erie part of Canada, which is southern Ontario. They call it I think they say the Golden Beach area, of Canada, because there are beaches, believe it or not, on Lake Erie.
Whereabouts was Sherkston? I always forget where that was.
Oh, that was just half an hour, we say, west of the Peace Bridge of Buffalo. On the
That was
Canadian
just
side.
a quarry that they filled up with water.
Well, there's the Sherkston Quarry, which is that exactly, but there's Sherkston Beach. And Sherkston.
I always thought that was the same thing.
No, it's different because Sherkston Beach, they've got cottages basically there, but that was a beach, and I don't know if you can still do it or not, where you can actually drive your car on the beach up, like near the water on the beach though. They did allow that. I don't know if that still happens or not. It's been years since I've been.
I don't know. It's not since I've been a kid, probably.
Yeah.
It's amazing though. I mean, a couple things. Okay, I'm gonna say one bad thing. Like down here in Texas, when I tell people I'm in Buffalo, a lot of them will say, "I've been in Niagara Falls." Yeah, y'all almost Canadians.
I know. I hear that a lot.
It's like, So Allie Buffalo, which I don't know if she's going to join us today, she goes, "Dad, why don't you just tell them this? You live in Texas. That means you're almost Mexican." That shuts them up really quick. I get some really ugly faces when I say that.
Understandably, right?
But yeah, so whatever, But imagine the purchasing power that we would have if you combined the countries.
Well, I mean, Canada is a great trading partner with the U.S. They're probably our number
oil
one
and gas
trading
reserves there are just huge. I mean, business-wise, I could see why we would do it 100%.
Yeah. Lumber industry is incredible for Canada. Paper industry.
And the Timmy Hose industry.
Yeah.
Coffee and donuts for the masses.
Which we're still getting that benefit of it.
I told you they started moving into Texas.
Yeah.
I only know of one now, but there's talks of like a ton in the downtown area.
Well, that's great. That's great. I bet you it would flourish,
I think so, because there's so many people from up north. I think we talked about this once before. I mean, well, like that old song, Great American Melting Pot. I mean, talk about really stirring in some Canadians with some Americans. That's a huge melting pot. So many, like, I was very surprised at this. Like, every once in a while, I have a service that might not be legal that I get to see all the local stations still. And I was shocked that, like, when I watch, like, Fox WTV channel 29, it's a Canadian stream.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's from City TV, which is a Toronto brand.
Yeah,
like
that's interesting. What's pretty cool, like if you hear old clips of Jim Carrey, the comedian actor, he would say, because he was from Canada, and I think outside of Toronto is where he grew up. and they would always have the Buffalo, New York TV feeds
Yeah.
because the signals were strong. And you'll appreciate this one. He would say, I thought that the city of Buffalo burned down like every night because another fire in Buffalo, with Irv Weinstein on Eyewitness News.
Blaze Busters.
Yeah,
11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are, Don?
I know. But
It's
isn't
funny
it-
you say that because you'll hear, like, when John Candy was alive, he talked about that. Dan Aykroyd talks about that. And I don't know if you know this or Don, but he's in Fort Erie all the time because of his Crystal Skull vodka.
Yeah, and he does come to Buffalo to promote it as well, or Niagara Falls, New
Yeah.
York. Yeah, that's so true. So
And
true.
we used to, like, I've seen the Bare Naked Ladies, not them, the band. Okay, don't be a wise guy, Don.
I didn't say anything
And
yet.
What was very interesting is that they all grew up watching Buffalo TV stations too. So they would work in all those little things into their act, and they would always talk about Rick Azar, Tom Jones, Irv Weinstein.
Yeah, they
which
like
is
dominated local news for
Mhm.
decades.
Oh yeah.
They really
Well,
did.
because I'm sure you remember when you were younger and you went to Toronto. Like when I was a kid, you go to the CN Tower when it was first built. I think it was built in '72, so that would have made me like 5 years old. And there was nothing but railroad tracks around there.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, every time I go back to Toronto, there's something else new. It's all just boom, it's there.
A lot of people don't realize this, that people from Toronto used to come to Buffalo in the 60s and 70s for nightlife, for plays, concerts, musicals, all of that. The bars in Buffalo stay open until 4 o'clock in the morning. They would all come to Buffalo. But when Toronto changed their form of government to more of a metropolitan government, so all the small suburbs of Toronto, they all merged together to form the metropolis of Toronto. Then all of a sudden, Toronto just like exploded, and it's
years ago, we would
big
stay in
city.
Etobicoke, which is where the airport is, because you could get rooms for next to nothing. They were all brand new.
Oh wow, yeah,
And plus, our dollar just went so much farther too.
yeah.
Let me see what the
So true.
is.
So I didn't think we'd be talking about Canada on our last episode of 2024.
Well, if we're going to invade them, we better know some stuff, Don.
That's true. That's true. So we'll get, Ed said, why don't we talk about crypto or Bitcoin? I said, well, why don't we talk about like year end and beginning of new year planning?
Ooh, it's ugly, Don.
Uh-oh.
For the Canadians, it's ugly. Can you see that? You want to read that out?
Canadian dollar equals 70 cents of United States dollar.
Which is crazy because the Niagara Outlet Mall, even though their money's worth less, the goods and services are cheaper here for them in the States. And you'd go into the parking lot and there'd be old clothes, old jackets, old shoes, because they didn't want to pay anything on it when they went back. So they wore all that stuff back.
I know. It is crazy, isn't it?
Now I'm going to go around the horn real quick before you start talking, Don.
Sure.
Gold and silver prices today, 26.23, 29.46, and then here we go, Don.
You have to change the screen.
Oh, I didn't change the screen. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I know Bitcoin. I think all the cryptos are down today.
Well, let's take a look, Don.
Spoiler alert: Bitcoin's at it's 92 now. I think last time I saw it was 91.
Yep. How's your Dogecoin doing, Don?
It's down about 31.
60%.
Yeah.
So that's what you're going to put all your money in, Don?
It's just, yeah. And I'd like to look into Dogecoin and XRP. XRP is down.
Hang on. I was going through my paperwork the other day, and guess what I found, Don?
Uh-oh. Debbie dollars?
That's when Donnie turns into a woman. It'll be Debbie dollars.
Please.
And then, what did the PB stand for, Don? I forget. This isn't your original one. And it wasn't peanut butter. I forget what it
PB
was.
is.
I forget what it was, but those are collector's items now, Don.
They are. They are.
So I
But yeah,
wonder if how, I mean, look at how many jobs would be eliminated if there was no customs at the border.
well, they're not talking about that, I don't think. I mean, to be an official 51st
Oh,
state.
it's, you know what? If they're thinking about it, somebody's talking about it.
That could
Good,
be.
Don, I'll send you one of these.
Is that from Bucky's?
Bucky the Beaver. Canadians would go nuts over Bucky, wouldn't they?
I don't know, because I've never been to one. So
Oh, Donnie, you have not lived.
I know.
So I got to tell you a funny story. And I know my buddy Hart watches us. His wife, girlfriend, I always forget which it is. So I'm sorry, Hart, whichever way I'm going. But it's her. She's the Bucky handler. She walks around like with the Bucky in the store so people could take pictures and stuff.
Oh, really? How funny.
And then he was telling me, I go, what? She got to work all the holidays? She goes, no. And I go, and she wants to get there early tomorrow. Oh, I go, she got to work. She goes, no, she's off. I'm like, why is she going to Bucky's then? He said, oh, that's the day the Valentine cups come out. And last year they were sold out across the country in the first hour.
The Valentine what?
Like one of our cups.
Oh, cups.
I guess people are reselling Bucky's merchandise online.
Oh my God, how funny.
So instead of Bitcoin, Don, why don't you invest in Bucky cups?
We should do that.
Oh, that's just crazy, isn't it?
That is crazy. Oh my gosh. So I guess just kind of lay the foundation, close out this year financially strong, start your planning for next year. It should have been started anyway, but start the planning for 2025. While, both Ed and I are not registered representatives, so we don't sell securities or anything like that, talk with a financial advisor, and we can also refer you to a financial advisor for that. We can certainly assist you with life insurance.
Let's talk about important stuff, Don, like reselling Bucky merchandise.
Or we can just do that,
Look at all the stuff you're missing out on, Don.
That's amazing, all that stuff.
I tell you, my grandkids have a bazillion Bucky, like, stuffed animals, all different holidays and stuff like that.
Wow, what a gold mine.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like when Allie Buffalo was here, I go, so what do you think of it? She goes, is this like a cult or something? And you see this shirt right here, like the burgundy shirt with the big sunflower. I see so many people with that on, including my daughter, including Becca. You go to the gym, and it seems like that's what I always see. There's the real Bucky Beaver, Don. You could have got your picture taken. Look at Ho Bucky.
That's it. It's like Santa Bucky, the beaver.
That's just insanity to me. It truly, truly is.
Yeah, look at all that stuff they have.
Hey, do you think they could do commemorative Bucky coins? Everybody's so popular. You can actually use. It's just insanity, Don.
It is.
Texas
novelties.
Yes. So I'm sorry, Don, but I wanted to share that with everybody.
No, that's great.
That's a crazy story to me.
That is
really
crazy.
Is. Wow. So basically what Don's saying is make sure your financial house is in order. Don't listen to all this crap on YouTube and everything. Oh, things are going to be bad, Don, right before Trump takes over. It's going to be bad. You better watch out. Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
But that goes back to safe investing. Oh, Bitcoin's going to crash. This is going to crash. That's going to crash. Just take a breath. Check out everything you have financially and talk to a guy. If you don't want to talk to me and Donnie, there's a bazillion people that do what we do. Not as cool as us, but there are people out there,
Well, so I think some of the biggest items to look at, and because our clients ask us these questions,
Yeah.
And so when you're talking about if somebody has an IRA, you can, make sure that you put whatever you want in your IRA. You do have some time before you file your 24 taxes. You can still contribute to an IRA to take that
Man, I didn't know
deduction.
I didn't know you were a sponsor of the Irish Republican Army. I thought they were done.
They're done. They're done. If you don't have a Roth IRA, look into forming one of those. Those are good investment vehicles for your future, for your retirement. Make sure your life insurance is adequate enough for what your current needs are and anticipated future needs. Make sure your beneficiaries are up to date. These are all things that we assist with. 3 very important items that you should have, everybody should have, would be a will, a power of attorney, and a healthcare proxy. And we can go into detail about those anytime with you. But those are 3 very important documents that you should have completed. And I'll just say it'll bring you much peace of mind, actually. So,
what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought because I'm being a wise guy and doing this. Look at Don. You are a celebrity.
no, I'm not.
You are everywhere. So now that you have this, look at Mike Sabio's in the one picture.
I love that.
And then there's these guys. Are you these guys too, Don?
No.
Oh, and Don Cheadle. Wow, I didn't know you were Don Cheadle. Was it fun being in all those Marvel movies?
I'm very busy, so.
Gotcha. So, can I have your autograph, Don? Can I tell people I knew you when?
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be you. I knew Eddie when.
I'm nothing. I'm a bum.
No, come on, Rocky.
Yeah. Gonna teach you to eat lightning and crap thunder, Rock. So keep on talking, Don. I like listening to you.
No, you just like looking things up.
Yeah, pretty much. I do love it that I didn't have to share anything, that they were just taping today.
Yeah, no, it's nice.
There you are, Don.
I love it. Burgess Meredith, what an actor.
Those are great movies. They truly, truly were.
Oh, I know. Well, you should. There's nothing of. You have to look him up with Batman. He was that.
Nah, he's always going to be Mickey to me. Why
Batman.
do you what? Penguin from Batman.
Yeah.
Penguin from I'm so glad we're talking about finances.
I know.
Wonder how old he was during the Batman show. There you go, Donnie. You kind of look like him. If you had a monocle instead of glasses, that would be you. I tell you, this young kid, he was in the Gotham show. He was a creepy MFer, let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the Penguin show on HBO?
No, I have not.
Fantastic. It's almost like if the Penguin was head of the Sopranos.
Oh really?
Your relatives.
Shh. Don't say that too loud. No, he was great
Donnie might know some guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. So, well, Don, I think this was an interesting show. We talked a whole lot of nothing. So, when we invade Canada, what side are you going to be on, Don? Because I know you said you got a lot of Canadian friends.
Wow, I'm an American. A proud American.
Yes. That's all you got to say.
The Canadians like us too. Well, a lot of them do. Some don't, but that's another story. Here's a quick, interesting, funny story. I don't know. I was 15, 16 years old or something, and we go to Crystal Beach, was an amusement park in Canada, and it was within a half an hour from Buffalo, and I had a friend that had a cottage in Canada near Crystal Beach. So we're walking from the cottage to go to Crystal Beach Amusement Park. And there were probably 8 or 10 of us, all
There you
friends
go,
from
Dan.
Buffalo.
You're all
Look
set.
at
I'm going
that.
to send you this.
Oh my gosh. And so these kids from Canada driving their car down this road, and they started yelling at us, "Yankee, go home, Yankee, go home." We're just walking, right? So a group of us walking. How did they know that we were American?
Oh, I don't know, Don.
It's not like we were wearing, carried an American flag or anything like that. They just, literally just, "Yankee, go home." They're shouting out of their car.
I hope they don't burn down Buffalo this time.
Oh, that was bad.
Oh, you were in your 30s when that happened, ain't it?
Yeah, I was an eyewitness to that.
Wow.
That was a very tragic in the War of 1812 when they burned down the city of. It wasn't even incorporated as a city; it was a village, the village of Buffalo.
Jesus, this is some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think we should quit for today, Don.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, if you plan on invading Canada, Donnie's the guy to see.
Uh-oh.
He'll start arming himself with more pickle boards. Instead of lightsabers, Donnie will have pickle boards, paddles.
Yeah, but they'll have hockey sticks, so they'll destroy us with this hockey sticks because they're longer.
So everybody have fun tonight. Be safe out there. Whether 2024 was good or bad, always looking towards the future. 2025 could be better for you and your family. I know Donnie and I have had ups and downs all year, but we're ending the year on a high note, I think.
Yes.
A few things that we have going on that we're not going to talk about yet. So, wink. So we're going to end the show like we always do. If you like working with people that are just like you, we're the people to see. www.eviagency.com. My email address is Eddie Bednar's Insurance. And what's our hotline, Don? You're good at that.
It's 903. I have to look at my cheat sheet because it's new. 662-1564. 903-662.
Miss all the crazy calls, but I kind of don't miss them either. So that's okay. So remember, folks, be good to yourself. Life's worth living. And keep what, Donnie?
Keep on fighting.
Especially if the Canadians are coming to get you.
I know. You're going to have to sprucing up my skills. But on a serious note, just wishing you and your families a wonderful, joyous, healthy, prosperous 2025. So thank you again.
Be safe, everyone. Take care now. Happy New Year.
Ciao.
You got a ciao on Happy New Year, too? Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.